Hello Libra, welcome back to the Spirit's Path, and this is your July horoscope for 2021. This is D for the Spirit's Path, and we'll get into drawing cards. I'm going to do the same thing I did last month, one for the theme and 4 for each week. And before I get started, after I shuffle the cards, let's just go recap here what's going on. So this is the year of the ancestor, where you committed yourself to walking a new path. You're listening to that universal beat. You're listening to your own beat, and you're moving forward. All right. In January, it was all about joy, finding that joy within your life. New start to the year, new opportunity to bring joy into your life, and just enjoying the freshness of 2021. In February, you're protected. That joy carried over into February, and whatever it is that you started working on to bring you joy, whatever it is that you were working on to, walk on your path, listening to that universal beat. In February, it was all about being protected from the elements, protected from rumors and gossip and all that other things, right? Whatever was going on in there for February, which was good because that protection went into March. Okay, March is all about the three of arrows and jealousy. And if you watch my channel long enough and hear me speak about this card long enough, if you're jealous of somebody, you're putting blessings upon somebody else. If somebody's jealous of you, that's good because they're putting blessings upon them. So in March, maybe there was that opportunity to understand that concept, or maybe you were putting blessings upon somebody. Hopefully this is the opposite, where somebody was jealous of you and put blessings upon you. April was represented by the Wanderer, the Life's Lessons card, major arcana card of the deck. The Wanderer is all about new beginnings. It's taking that leap of faith. It's walking across that rainbow bridge. It's moving into the wildwood forest. And maybe in March you had to take that leap of faith. You had to trust something, all right? And you had to cross that chasm of whatever it may be, a new relationship, a new social setting, a new work situation, whatever it is that you wanted that to help with your joy, right? And remember, that you're listening to your universal beat. And May was represented by the Page of Stones, or the Lynx, symbolic of being that formidable hunter as well as a fierce protector. Okay, now Stones is all about materialism, security, and this was a message that's supposed to come to you in May. You may have taken that leap in April. Now you're getting the confirmation in May with that message. Okay, and the message is, that the pages ask is, what can you learn? And where do you need to be dedicated? Okay, if you're taking that leap and you need to learn something for a new job, you need to be dedicated to that job. If you're taking that leap, the month before in a relationship, okay, what can you learn? What can you do different? What can you learn from an old relationship to make sure this relationship goes forward in May? All right, and where do you need to be dedicated on that? And then in June was all about clearing things out, all right? Clearing out old thinking, clearing out, this is a creative card. It's an energy card, so it's something you have to do to put in action. Clearing out an attic, clearing out a room, clearing out headspace, right? Clearing out, maybe relationships, work relationships, home relationships, all right? If you are, started a new job here a couple months ago, then it's letting go and clearing out of what was in the past. All right, Libra, so let's see what's going on here for the month of July. And like I said, I'm going to draw one card for the theme, which is right there. It comes out as balance, major arcana card. So in July, you're going to look at balancing yourself out. Work-life balance, emotional balance, physical balance, psychological balance, all right? Understanding that, summer is a transition between spring and fall. There's a balance, there's an equilibrium in there within the wildwood forest. It's being at one with yourself, being at one with the universe, being at one with nature, being at one with the animals, being at one with people, right? Finding that balance is going to be your theme for the month of July. And let's see how this moves into the weeks. So the first week of July is the Six of Stones, exploitation. All right. As I tie this into the balance card, Six of Stones, to me, exploitation is here you're using your resources unwisely, right? The grandfather and the granddaughter, or dad and daughter, however you want to look at it here, have used their resources, they haven't used their resources wisely. You know, there's fire in the background, there's famine, you know, they've got the bowl in front of them, it's, you know, help us, feed us, the beehives are dry, the rake is broke. They've misused their resources. So this first week of July, maybe this is an awareness for you. Maybe you're misusing your resources. Stones being materialism, security, stability. Okay, so, you know, maybe this is awareness of, you know, am I using my materialism the right way, finances the right way? Okay, if you aren't, you might want to change that to get that balance back, right? And we'll clarify this. Let's pull out the rest of the cards. Second week in July, Libra. Is represented by the Stag card. Okay, another major arcana. To me, the Stag is all about justice. Okay, he wields that axe. It's a human. To me, this is a human person underneath that elk head. Okay, and it's that equilibrium between nature and humanity, right? He's got the axe there. He has the choice to let the tree grow or chop it down. Okay, you know, he does have the world tree on his shield that's protecting him. Okay, and the world tree is, to me, the wildwood forest is all about that world tree. It's keeping the world tree alive. All right, and he may have to, you know, mete out some justice, you know, within the wildwood forest. You may have to mete out some justice in your life. Okay, but you have the decision to be that justice. Okay, to either deflect the criticisms coming to you, okay, or be the wielder of that axe, all right, and hew your own path, okay, and not to do it in a fierce way, but just to maybe protect yourself, okay, and, you know, maybe some justice is coming to you, and maybe that's part of the balance that's happening for you this month, okay. Let's, you know, and I'll tie all this in. Let's get to the third week. Third week is represented by the Ace of Arrows and that breath of life. Arrows is all about logic and reasoning. Okay, so if people have exploited you and you want justice for that, all right, take a step back and look at what's going on in your life and understand and come to some sort of concept within yourself of, how can I change this around? How can I get a new breath of life, a new breath to move forward, so I don't have to worry about this? New thought pattern, new logic pattern. Maybe you have to remove yourself from that situation, right? And that's just an example. Okay, if it's if you feel like you're being exploited, maybe that's something you don't want to hang around with. Maybe that's somebody that, you know, if somebody's exploiting you, you cut that cord with that justice card. And, you know, and you think about that during that third week with that Ace of Arrows, that breath of life, trying to give you a new idea, a new option of thinking, okay? And then in the fourth week of July, Libra is going to be represented by the King of Arrows and the Kingfisher. And you got two arrows here in the last 2 weeks. Now the Kingfisher, you know, the way I like to explain the court cards, kings rule the castle. All right, and this King of Arrows is the king of logic, the king of reasoning, the king of even communication. Okay, and he's going to, you know, be there to give you advice on how to, you know, tie all this into the balance for the month. Okay, now this King of Arrows is symbolic of ancient wisdom and lore, so he's going to have some knowledge and wisdom, all right, of your situation. All right, and he's there to give you the advice. And some of that advice he's going to ask this question of you: what must you focus on clearly, and who can give you that wise word of counsel? He's going to ask you to seek somebody out. Okay, so let's see how this all ties into balance. Again, balance is that card of the month for you, that theme. And that first week is that Six of Stones, exploitation. Actually, you know what? This is what Spirit is telling me here. I'm gonna hold up all four of these cards if I can. Okay, so the theme is balance. You want to find balance in your life in the month of July. Emotional balance, physical balance, psychological balance, work-life balance, whatever. In any of those situations, if you're feeling exploited with that Six of Stones in that first week, okay, understand that that is an opportunity for you to do two things. It brings awareness if you're exploiting things, as well as brings big awareness if somebody's exploiting you. Okay? If you recognize that in that first week, that somebody's exploiting you, you now have the option in that second week to analyze it, think about it, and say, you know what? Do I want to be around this person? Do I want to be around this situation? Whether it's career, personal, you know, whatever that exploitation is affecting that balance for the month. Could be emotional balance, like I said, work-life balance, however it is. You have that opportunity to hand out justice, all right? Or see justice done. You know, if somebody exploited you, maybe there's, you know, a lawsuit out there. You know, I can't speak to that. Again, this is a general reading, but, you know, maybe some justice comes out to you. If this is more of a personal thing, you have that option of cutting that out, all right? Of, you know, don't literally take things in your hand, but, you know, if you don't want to hang around a certain person, don't hang around them. That's your decision, okay? Protect your world tree of knowledge and wisdom. That third week with that Ace of Bows or Ace of Arrows, now you can sit back and say, you know what? I'm going to do things about differently, where I don't feel exploited, where I don't, you know, I've made some changes. Maybe I'll move to a different account with my finances, you know, because I don't trust this, that, and the other thing going on. All right. That third week with that Ace of Arrows, now you can think things through clearly and say, you know what? I'm going to move stuff to here. Or, you know, that person was exploiting me. I don't really need them in my life. I cut them out. What am I going to do to replace that social aspect? All right. Maybe I need to hang around like-minded people. Maybe I need to do something different with what I'm doing. All right. It's going to be that breath of fresh air coming in to help you. And then the King of Arrows, to help you with that balance, wants to give you that ancient wisdom and lore, that knowledge of trying to, you know, do that. And the king's going to look at you and say, okay, what must you focus on clearly? What must you focus on clearly from that exploitation you had 3 weeks ago? What must you focus on clearly, okay, when you went out there and were justified? What must you focus on clearly with that new thought pattern on where you want to go, what you want to do? And then who can give you that wise word or counsel? Who is it that you can talk to that's gone through that similar experience of being exploited, of, you know, having that justification? There's probably a like-minded group out there, you know, that you can Google and find like-minded people that, you know, think like you do, that could give you that wise counsel in word to help you maintain that balance that you're looking for. Emotional balance, work-life balance, social balance. Who are the people you need to hang around with? So understand that. That's what that King of Arrows is asking you to do. Okay? Figure out who can give you that advice of saying, hey, this is a situation I went through. How do I handle it to get that balance that I'm looking for? Okay, Libra, so there's your card of the month, balance. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for Spirit's Path, and we will talk to you in the month of August. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.